Until I wrote a story last spring, in spring of 2007, about a young girl named Shaquanda Carter, who was sentenced to up to 7 years in prison for having the crime of pushing a hall monitor at her high school. And yet this sentence stood in stark contrast to a sentence for another 14-year-old girl, another white girl, who was sentenced by the same judge to probation for having burned down her family's house. And these blogs picked up that story, started petition drives demanding that she be released from prison, started letter writing campaigns to the governor of Texas, and exactly 3 weeks after I wrote that initial story, that girl was freed from prison by Texas authorities. And that happened because that story was picked up by these blogs, and then in turn triggered this massive petition and letter writing.
It's been passed down to just leave things alone. You know, I've heard that so many times. Just leave things alone and it'll be all right. Well, it's not all right. It's not all right when you still have our children going to prisons, for nothing. It's not all right just to be quiet.
If fewer other reporters out there with the time and the resources to actually go and investigate these kinds of really complicated stories. These are not simple stories. It takes time and effort and a real desire on the part of news organizations to pursue them. That is a fast dimension.
No one caring, no one reporting their stories, no one telling the truth, no one doing anything about anything. Dedicate your life to reporting these stories, getting these messages out. We must tell everyone we possibly know, you can use your voice to make a difference. You must do something. The solution is you.
After I take my GED test, I'm going to start college up there, taking criminal justice classes, and then I want to go to college in Atlanta.